We're endorsing the Lion's voice. Big up Ras Kwesi. See?
Big up Ras Kwesi.
It is time for the Lion to tell our own story. Yes, sir.
There is a land far, far away. There's no night. There's only day. Look into the book of life. And you will see that there's a land far, far away. Ras Kwesi. That there's a land far, far away. Speak lion. Let's speak lion. Roar lion, roar every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High. And I will never stop, call Ras Tafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, yeah. Them fully guard up and them quick fi execute, yeah. Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, yeah. The one will laugh, I'm same one of the shooter. Watching them, this is Ras Iyah representing for the Lion Voice Network. This is the time when the lion gets to tell our own story. Haile Selassie.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
Yes, job people, this is Michael Shemai representing. I will say, hear the Lion Voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, front to us a son was born and a child was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Them call him Rastafari. When he was born, rain fall from sky. Them call him Rastafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Rastafari, the lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Rastafari, read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then, born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. people crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England or Cote d'Ivoire, no matter if you're brown or black like a tar. Haile Selassie say fi end all tribal war. A time fi gather Mount Zion, fi drive solar car from the car straight to Zanzibar. Who we are, the sons of Rastafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Rastafari, when he was grown in airplanes he fly. Rastafari, the lion break the chain, we but don't cry. Rastafari, we do everything.
iRoots Records, an online shop for reggae and dub vinyl, CDs and Rastafari books. Rastafari owned and operated for over 15 years. We ship worldwide. We have many titles from Frontline Publications in stock. We have 50 plus Akabeka Midnight titles, which we believe is the most of any shop in the world. Special invite for the Lion Pride. Use code Lion's Voice and save 10% store-wide. If you spend $125 or more, the discount goes up to 15%. Visit us online at www.irootsrecords.com. The time has come.
Orlando, Central Florida, are you ready? The African Culture School Incorporated and Heights of Life Music proudly presents the 4th annual Marcus Garvey Music Fest, Saturday, August 15th at Ras State in Claremont, Florida, featuring Lutan Fire, backed by Rhythm Rebel Band. Also performing live, Andy Heights, Ainike, Esau, One Journey, Javerse, Royal Chanter, Asafa Weedamiah, and many more incredible artists. Vibes provided by Unity Sound, Rastec, Royal Ethiopian Sound, Jawise, and Blackfoot Movements. Hosted by Davani, but it's more than just music. Enjoy Community Entrepreneur Awards, Organic Seed Exchange, live art installation and auction, back to school giveaways, free health screenings. Come celebrate the legacy and vision of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Saturday, August 15th, sponsored by Branding 101, One Trust Home Loans, and Cypress Cove Marina and Resort.
In the haunting echoes of violence against women in St. Anne, Jamaica, a mysterious vigilante emerges. For the Woman Painted Purple unfurls a gripping narrative of empowerment, retribution, and the pursuit of justice. Brenda and her group sisters bond together in therapy over their common struggles, but soon their group becomes the subject of an investigation. As the vigilante's actions escalate, the relentless detective, Officer Woodley, races to unmask the mystifying figure. For the Woman Painted Purple is a pulse-pounding tale that explores the boundaries of justice, revenge, and the fighting spirit. This thrilling saga delves into the complexities of dealing with mental health, domestic abuse, and finding love after. Own your copy today. Visit www.devanigreen.com.
This is The Black Heart Man, Rastafari children's picture book, with hand-painted illustrations and rhythmic storytelling. This is a journey you do not want to miss. We offer worldwide shipping, so order your copy today at www.degreaspaintbrush.com. Alternatively, you can order your copy from TikTok. If you are interested in stocking the book, please email us at degreaspaintbrush@gmail.com. Give thanks.
Jamaica to Toronto. The Rastafest movement rises again. This August 15 and 16, Rastafest 2026 returns to Little Jamaica in Toronto with reggae music, Rastafari culture, Ital food, arts, reasoning, and unity. But this year, it's more than a festival. Rastafest is partnering with the Rastafari mansions and organizations to support the Relief, Rebuild, Rise initiative, helping Rastafari families and communities rebuild, resist the risk of disasters, and to rise to their true potential. This is culture with a cause. Full joy the music, support the mission. Donate to the Relief, Rebuild, Rise GoFundMe through the link in the RMO Jamaica Instagram profile. Rastafari.
Save the date. Join us on Sunday, August 9th, 2026 at 5 p.m. for the 25th annual fundraiser for the Shashamane Foundation. at the Silver Spring Civic Center, Great Buffalo Hall in Silver Spring, Maryland. Come be a part of an evening that helps transform lives by supporting quality education and sustainable development at the JRDC School in Shashamane, Ethiopia. Your presence and generosity help empower children, strengthen communities, and build a brighter future. Can't attend? You can still make a difference by donating at shashamane.org or by scanning the event QR code. Mark your calendar, bring your family and friends, and let's build a lasting legacy together. We'll see you there. Rastafari TV and Site Media are proud sponsors of the Shashamane Foundation.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwesi Bansu, aka the Chasmatch Kwesi, aka Ras Kwesi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. Tonight, we have a special episode. We are talking about the future, the Rastafari youths. This is a fitting way for us to seal up our Ras Tafari month programming. This is the last Lion Talk Live of the month, that we're doing. We will return Saturday with programming, interviewing I good brethren Bingishan out of Ghana. We're going to be hearing about some of the works, update on Kazi, what's happening. He's doing a book tour in the US, so we're gonna hear all about that. But we couldn't seal this month without talking about the Rastafari youths. And when I say Rastafari youths, respectfully, I'm not talking about 40 and 50-year-old man. I know we have a style in Rastafari where you're a youth until you're elder, but that is not, Iman is a rebel in that sense. I'm rebelling, open rebellion. I start open rebellion amongst my Rastafari family against the lack of adulthood I see amongst I and I is just youth and elder. And you know what I mean? I really just pray that we can evolve, you know what I mean? Because youth, then when we say that you're a youth at 40 years old, then the actual youths under 20, they get neglected because you in the same group with a 14-year-old and you was 40. Do you think the 14-year-old are going to challenge the eye? No, we're not going to hear anything that's in that 14-year-old heart to block. And so we have to, have specific spaces where we just focus on our youth, the actual youth, And tonight is one of those spaces. So get your ITAL snacks, get your meditation ready, because tonight it's all about nation building. The Association of Rastafari Creatives are here. We have some of our powerful instructors of the 2026 ARC Virtual Summer Camp here tonight. So we're going to be talking about what is the camp, what is it all about, and blocking, in terms of the vision. This year is a special camp. I was very involved in the conception this year. For ones who don't know, ARC stands for the Association of Rastafari Creatives. and I am the convener. It's something that came out of my experience working in the Jamaica Music Conference and seeing so many Rastas in the creative industry and realizing that really Rastafari is the backbone of Jamaica's creative industry, and we don't have any institution just focusing on Rastafari creatives for Rastafari creatives at all. So COVID came, we were no longer able to do the physical Jamaica Music Conference. So I reached out and called some of my brethren and my sister, and the Association of Rastafari Creatives was born. It's, you know, a source of great pride for I, in just in terms of feeling so irie that the king would use I, you know, because I man just cite myself as a servant and an instrument of his majesty, and that the king would use I and create this entity which has gone on. This virtual summer camp was not I am an idea. Big up Sister Isla. You know, creatives have come in and made it their own, and to I, that is the greatest compliment in terms of, you know, ones, because I think that we all should be developing leadership, and we should all be giving each other time to shine, because when you actually are doing the work, you don't need to run down titles and these things, because there's so much work to be done. There's the glory is endless, it's infinite, you know, infinite, the glory. So there's enough glory for everyone can get some glory, you know what I mean? So I really just give thanks for that ability to be able to come amongst my brethren and sistren and to be doing this type of work in this hour, because we know that the time is dreadful, you know what I mean? And so we used to getting bad news, we're used to hearing what we're not doing, we're used to hearing all these things that are meant to tear us down. And I give thanks that through the powers of the Almighty, we have this platform now. We can share with the global family what we are doing, what is going well, what we have accomplished, because this is the third year of the camp. So this is not a fresh camp. It's either the third or the fourth year. I have to get correction. But you know, so these are things that we can be proud of, to know that, yes. And also tonight we have a purpose. I'm asking the Lion Pride tonight. We're going to be trying to raise some funds. We're exercising our muscle, the every Miko Meka Moko strategy, 1-1 cocoa full basket philosophy. So tonight, we want to just acknowledge, you know what I mean? Acknowledge the victory and acknowledge the work that we are doing. And before we bring forward the guests, let me just big up the greatest online community on the planet Earth. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the IDEM watching live, the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up the IDEM self. We have just crossed 79,000, and we are fast approaching 80,000 mark, already working to line up our special guest for the 80,000 episode. We have some big episodes coming down the pipeline. Really proud of what we have built here together, because it's not just I and I had the inspiration, but it was the IDEM, you know what I mean? The IDEM is the one who really make this possible for I and I be able to shine in this way and to build this community that we've built here. You see that we've ended Lich Tafari month strong. You know what I mean? How many people saw the Bongo Jerry episode last night? Classic episode. Bongo Jerry went deep into the history of the Rastafarites in the United States, deep into some other history. It's a classic episode that won the stamp. How many people saw the episode the night before that we did with Ras Floyd Jarvis, where we also went into the history of Rastafari in America, 1919. If you haven't seen, these are classic episodes now. I think that episode gone over 700 plus views. So me know say that one creating some energy. And the night before that, Brother Carl, Phil Potts, what a joy. The night before that, Ras Sekou, the legend. These all, and we want to do this as a tradition that at the end of July, every year, we have that back-to-back or forward-to-forward kind of thing, and we do the build-up and we build our energy with different type of guests, all to the glory of Ras Tafari. These are the ways, we're creating traditions on this platform so that we can build it for the ages. We have something for our young people. As we evolve, as we get more sophisticated, as the budget grows, we'll be able to do more and reason more. But we have some massive interviews lined up. And again, not just Rastafari, we are positioning the platform to be one of the premier Pan-African platforms, but from a Rastafari perspective, So when we sit at the table, the Pan-African table, I come as Rastafari, we don't come ambiguous. We come as Rastafari, but at the same time, we are balancing, we are taking our place at the Pan-African table. I said it from the beginning, this platform is to reinforce the Pan-African roots of Rastafari. Rastafari has become something even larger than just Black people. People of all nations have embraced it. And that is the fruit, but the fruit was born out of that Pan-African struggle. And we don't want to lose that as we get massive and it spreads, because it will, as water covers the sea, from sea to shining sea, from the rivers to the end of the earth, it's going to spread, So as that global spread continues to blossom, we have to be intentional about maintaining the root, because the tree cannot be sustained if the root them not strong. And I man come out of the root, so I man want to make sure that that is preserved, and we're doing it here. And the item are a major part. So big up all of the watchers, our faithful live audience, and the hundreds more that watch on the replay. None of this is possible without the I. We just talking to itself without the item. And we have to do more. So I don't want you to feel like we reach nowhere. I always say, this station, we're not a baby anymore. We can't call ourselves a baby. We're a toddler. We're just get with legs under we are run up and down, we are pull things off a table. You have to notice we. No, the people them notice we are a toddler. Them say, look, Pan Lion Voice over there. So we're moving around, but we don't reach. The legs them don't even set good, and we don't get no growth spurt to teenage and million subscriber. Them thing that it's coming, but we're not there because Rastafari reach. We've never really seen it fully manifested in this space in this way. So I want to make sure that I just understand the power of Kadamari Haile Selassie I. And that's why we don't shy away from His Majesty reasoning. We center His Majesty reasoning here. And His Majesty was the Minister of Education. So we can't be anti-education, anti-reading. No, that is not Rastafari. That's something else. And we said that without apology. That being said, we have our guests are present. We have some powerful instructors here, and we are going to have a reason on education. And the thing I love about this, what I love about this is our Black man, them, because usually when we talk about education, you're seeing sister them come forward. All of I guess this evening are brethren, So I love that because it shows, the brethren them, the lion them, are stepping up for the security of the pride. the global pride, you know what I mean? Because, you know, the male lion job is security. Part of that security is education, making sure the youth them are instructed, you know what I mean? So we give thanks for that. If you love the vibration, support the channel. But tonight, our goal is to have the item go to www.rastafaricreatives.com. I'll pull up the website later. And we want donation. We're going to try hit $300 US for the camp. We want to be able to pay our teachers good stipend. Yes, all of them volunteer, but you know, typically we were able to give a stipend. So we want to be able to increase that and make sure every year we stepping it up until we can have full salary, because it's a pay what you can afford, and we'll talk about that. So tonight, all of the kindness, the gratitude, we're asking the item to go to rastafaricreatives.com and make an attribution. $10, $20, $50, whatever you can afford, just make that attribution. All right, housekeeping out of the way. If everyone can put on their cameras, I'm going to bring forward our panel today. This is an esteemed panel of top-tier educators from all sides and all tribe. They're no stranger to the platform. Well, actually, I think Iyah Gift, I'm first time on the platform. I'm one of my bona fide brethren. This is why I tell the item that we don't start bring people on the platform yet. The item might think that, boy, almost 5 years, all of your guests soon done and you repeat people. We don't even start family. We have people when we know from when and them don't come on the platform. You know, feel no way. But help us to welcome, you know what I mean, I great brethren, Iyah Gift.
Blessed. Rastafari, loving of the house family.
Yes.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, I hear the eye clearly.
Lovely.
Blessing. And also the great Ras Kwesi, who has also premiered on this platform. Royal blessings, family. Unmute thyself, King. Yes, I.
Yes, I. Rastafari. The sound all right?
Yes, I. Perfect,
yes,
perfect.
Yes, I.
We also have Ras Trey. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but just say give thanks, you know, to be here, you know.
Royalty. Royalty. And then we have Ras Trey here. Ras Trey, if I can put on your camera, we introduce Ras Trey, Royal Blessings King.
Rastafari, blessings and all. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. So through the powers of His Majesty, as you see, we have a very distinguished panel tonight of brethren. I'm going to give everyone a chance to introduce themselves. Before Iyah Gift introduce himself, let me just say that Iyah Gift is one of the first brethren I met coming to Howard University. And he's probably the first Rastafari brethren never really grown with, you know what I mean? In my life, Iyah Gift them time there. Founders Library, can't forget 1995, I come and visit my cousin and meet Iyah Gift, you know what I mean? So a long time, when I say long time, you know them man, you know. People feel like, you know what I mean? So it's a joy to see the eye, and we're gonna do his episode where he talk about all of his tradition, because the brethren have a blockbuster movie, you know what I mean? Whole heap of hills and valleys and I tried together, you know what I mean? So introduce thyself, King.
Yeah, blessed love, my family. Greetings I bring you in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, Rastafari, and Her Majesty Empress Menen. Yeah, man, my name is Ras Iyah Gift. You know, check out Iyah Gift music. You know, say I really love music and expressing it. So that's how I get to be a part of this wonderful summer camp with the Association of Rastafari Creatives, Asajegna. This is the third year doing it. And we've got to link with some very talented musical creative minds, young Rastafari minds. My journey of Rastafari, I found working with youth has been a passion for me as a member of the Rastafari Youth Initiative Council. Even with the community in DC with the Rastafari Basic Academy. Yeah, man,
Yes.
big up Sister Isla, big up
Aye.
Mama Berhan, Mama Faraika. Man, I tell
Aye.
you, give
Aye.
thanks to the wonderful family, them, man. And along the journey, we get to meet a lot of the founding fathers of the movement. Got to meet the great Bona G's, Youth Black Faith, Moral Theocracy, Reign Order of the Nyabingi, Bongo Watu, along
Yes.
with the great elders Ras Iris Lion, great elders Ras Iris,
Yep.
great percussionists like Bongo Jack,
Yes.
and Ras Sam Brown, who I
Yes.
who I've been researching the history on, was one of the ones that will make the journey to Africa on the fact finding mission.
Yes.
And as a youth, I was my father Jamaican, my mother is Nigerian. And my father went to Nigeria, I believe now that I'm doing the research, based upon information found in that fact finding mission. So give thanks for the works that the elders did, for repatriation, reparation. Maybe that's how me even born. Tell you my
Yes.
family, give thanks.
Yes. Yes. Give thanks. And as you said that, the one time I ever meet Ras Bongo Watu Bona G's is Iyah Gift Tekai to him gates. You know what I mean? That was one of the milestone in I and I trad. You know what I mean? For me, sit down, reason with the Asian. You know what I mean? Legendary. At that time, his health had started to go away. You know what I mean? But from we touched the gate, my black psalms and all these things. So I mean, these are treasured moments. So big up yourself, Iyah Gift. It's always a joy to see the
Most
eye.
highly.
Ras Kwesi, just give us for those who didn't see the eyes episode, which I also thought was a classic. And this is a top tier agriculturalist, so the item I have to go back and go look that episode. But for those who didn't see, just give an introduction of the eye self and
Yes, right.
link with the virtual summer camp.
Yes, family. That's why I greet all of the item, all of the checkness, them, I give big up yourself, all of the item, and Ras Kwesi, we give thanks for this, for the Lion Vice, because it really provide a outlet for Rastafari Vice, We give
Yes, I.
thanks for that, And we give thanks for the art too, and the Rastafari Creative Association, and, we give thanks for the formulation of that. I will give thanks for the consideration of the youths them within that creativity as well, which is important towards the future, Well, I man is Kwesi Palmer, that's his name, them call like Ras Kwesi or them call like Kwesi. I is a agriculturalist, I study agriculture formally, I deal with agriculture and I deal with music, creativity, chanting, poetry, and I'm on deal with several other things, including, entrepreneurship, as well as, I have a business by the name of APIC, APIC, which we actually provide agricultural consultancy and we provide products and, services in agriculture in general and in apiculture, that's beekeeping in particular. We provide services in project management, project development, and these things. We're passionate about, Rastafari liberty, Rastafari community, and the youth them in particular, because we know say youth them are the future, and we have to transmit that culture there to the youth them. And as a father of, the youngest youth at 2 year old, my oldest youth at 22-year-old, so we have to, as Rasta youths them too, and as a result, all of the youths them is I and I concerned to keep them guided, especially the ones them in the community, Rastafari community. So we guide them by inspire them to, seek education, knowledge, not only Babylon need education within school, but long life learning, and as a result, we do that by example because we continue to learn So he's also a law student at the University of Guyana. We are going into a third year now, which we plan to incorporate law in, with agriculture, and for able to provide these services to the community, not only the Rastafari community, but all groups and communities that are interested in agriculture as a medium for development and for economic empowerment and for entrepreneurship. So we give thanks to be a part of this great summer camp, this virtual summer camp, where the ARC really is facilitated, which is a great consideration for the youths them. So, we're happy to be here, and, we aim is to supply all of the items, not only the youths them with the technical knowledge in the era of agriculture. Our business, APIC or APIC, our motto is that we see development through the spectacles of agriculture, food security, and food sovereignty. So in a nutshell, that is Kwesi, Ras Kwesi, and APIC. So we give thanks to the year.
Yes, I give thanks, royal blessings. And we're gonna get more because all of these brethren are teaching classes in the virtual summer camp. So we're gonna get into what all of them are gonna be instructing the youths on, the theme of the camp. Everything is gonna be explained for the item. Our next guest also had a classic episode that a lot of the item love because we were reasoning on repatriation. Brethren has extensive travel in Africa, extensive experience with the process of not just traveling to Africa, but how do I and I from the West integrate forward into Africa? And this is one of the main topics on this channel moving forward, because repatriation is just the first step. And what we're seeing, the whole Pan-African concept, we've never spent enough time to really work out the nuts and bolts of what integration looks like. So this brethren, one of them brethren, award-winning filmmaker as well, no stranger to working with young people. Introduce thyself, Rastray, for those who didn't see the episode.
Yes, I. Yeah, greetings in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I and his royal consort. I Ras Trey. I works is mainly with the youth in utilizing media as just not only a tool of entertainment but edutainment. And really, we can see, just in terms of the popular rise of social media and these things, how the youth are captivated by the attention of media. But we see that most times it's being used for just purposes of things that are not necessarily to the upliftment of the education of our youth, and particularly cultural education. And so that is where I come in and mainly work in the schools and also through nonprofit experiences with youth in the Baltimore and in Washington, D.C. area, and beyond that as well. In Ghana as well, a branch of INA organization in Ghana, and do virtual exchange with the youth. And it's really just about INA learning how to tell INA story and being able to use media as a tool of, powerful connection, exploration of African-centered, thoughts and practices. And we know that His Imperial Majesty also saw the importance of education and was very keen on even having the nation filmed by international delegations. And so following the footsteps of seeing the purpose of media beyond just entertainment, but a tool of education, of liberation, and all of those things, So I'm looking forward to working with the youth this summer and being able to use word sound, use photography, use video, use music, put it all together to be able to share their experience as our youth and be able to connect their own personal experiences to that of what's going on worldwide within this African-centered Pan-African community. And so, yeah, I give thanks, Ras Kwesi, for the platform. Give thanks for the reasoning. Yeah, and I, humbly give thanks.
Give thanks, King. Before we get into the reasoning, I'm gonna pull up the website to show how this contribution goes. Tonight we want to raise $300 at least for the so when you come to the ARC website, let me go from the top. You're gonna see Iyah Gift on him harps, and Iyah Gift are one of the top Kete man on the planet Earth. I want the item know that. I don't know what the item feel like, you know what I mean? But this imp from them time there, you know what I mean? Slap up Kete, bring down lightning and thunder, we see it. So this is the cover of the page. What you have to do is go to events. You click on events, scroll down. You will see the ARC upcoming workshops and events, the ARC S.T.E.A.M summer camp, RSVP. Click RSVP, and then click on buy tickets, and then you can sign up either here as a camp supporter. You will put what the price, quantity would just be one, and then you would just put in your attribution. If one person out there want to put $300 and just done the place, and I would have give thanks for that too. Because we know some millionaires watch Lion Voice Network, or you mean this thing is doing over 100,000 views a month now that we have built together. So we know the millionaires are out there. We want them to support, you know what I mean? This project need a full budget. Sis, big up yourself, Sister Iyah. I want you click the link and don't go and like say you can run in on the stage to Sister Iyah. Because even some of the history of the camp, we need the eye sound, you know what I mean? As the originator. So this is the website. If you need help, just drop a comment in the comment section and we can go through again. And periodically through the evening, I will come forward to that screen so that we can make sure we hit the goal. Sister Iyah, please, if you can go into the forward office and tell us if donations are coming in so that we can track and let the people know live. It would be irie if we could let the people know live. So family, $300 is the goal tonight. 30 people, $10. Bam, it's done there. So, you know what I mean? 30, Angel. We have 27 online. Everybody online now give a $10. We reach close to where we need to go. You know what I mean? All right, watch my critics coming in now. My brethren, Ken Daly, say you should make the donate process more streamlined from the home page. Ken Daly, that's how I know my ecosystem is healthy. You know what I mean? Because anytime you have just yes people around you, that means it's not a healthy environment. You know what I mean? Ken Daly, I go critique the thing and make sure say the rap them fix up them thing. You know what I mean? So big up yourself. Okay. Sister Iyah says she's not coming on. Sister Iyah is responsible for the website. I'm just teasing the eye, Kendall. Don't, Kendall, you get sensitive, man. No, man, you don't have to explain that. We love that. We love it. All right. So that being said, we're gonna go. Iyah Gift, are you there?
Respect.
I want you to start. All of these instructors have been with the camp. Iyah Gift has been since year one, so I'm gonna leave to the Iyah Gift the task of just explaining to the people what is the ARC Virtual Summer Camp, and just give us some history as to what are the purposes of the camp, and for people who want to know what the work is.
Excellent. Give thanks for brother. Well, I'm dealing with a course that's called Sound is Power. And the aspect where me I bring to the youth them is the power where music have in it. And I have experienced it. Music has a healing ability. So we want to share that with the youth them while also expressing the creative aspects of music and just teaching them some basics, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and how to really have fun with music, get creative with music, and be inspired by nature itself. That is a very important aspect of Rastafari music. And what I've experienced in the summer camp is that we have some really brilliant young Rastafari minds, some talented musicians, artists, and also it's great working with the Jengas because we incorporate the things then. Like Brother Trey was saying, how the film and the aspects of that is very educational. Music is so necessary with film, so everything ties together seamlessly. And we're about mindfulness. Give thanks, Empress Olivia, who teaches that course. So the children are very mindful and polite and helpful with each other. And then, Ras Kwesi with the aspect of agriculture, it's so grounding. So this summer camp is something. It's my third year. I'm really glad to be a part of it. And I see also what I've been learning from it is that we definitely have to build our own curriculum. And Sister Jana did come in and help with that. Mama Isla is always a great strength with that. But we have to develop our own curriculum where it's gonna put across, like Brother was Kwesi was saying, not just in the classroom but also hands on. How we're gonna survive and thrive in the future. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. And that's the vision that was always there from the beginning with ARC, is that we wanted to at someday evolve into a world-class institution, for the arts, for STEAM. We have institutions in America like Juilliard and Duke Ellington. These are, prestigious art schools. We want to be able to merge a Juilliard with an MIT type of vibe and create, an agricultural college and have a top tier institution, where people from all field, all creed come to study our Rastafari curriculum. You learn about how the emperor built Ethiopia, as a central true line. And I mean? So this is where this is evolving to. This is why the item here, I always future cast and like to have reasonings about the future, because if we're not clear on our objective, we'll never reach, and then we end up fighting each other and wasting a lot of time when we have work in front of our face. So I really give thanks. I give Ras Kwesi,
Yes, sir.
the eye. How did the eye see this camp? You joined last year,
Yes, sir.
and brought a very powerful aspect to the camp.
Yes, sir.
And how do I see the camp, and just explain to those who are not familiar with the camp, what is the ARC Virtual Summer Camp?
Right. Well, this is our second year, of giving I time and knowledge to the youths, and to not only to the youths but even to all of I, because I one community, and even all of the Jegnas them together is like a faculty, what I say. So the approach of ARC summer camp for the youths is a very holistic one, very holistic, and it even more so this year, because basically each day the youths them will be interacting with all Jegnas during for each day, and that is very good, and it is integrated and very important to the youths them learning, so that is very good. Now, the first year that I participated, it was very, amazing to the how the youths them interact, you know. There's some bright youths, you know, but Rastafari youths them always bright, you know. Selassie I light shine bright upon them, you know, including my youths them, you know. So we know say Rastafari youths them, Selassie I light shine bright upon them, you know. So as a result, you know, it was very interactive, you know. I was really impressed by even some of the little ones, them were even less than 10 years old, you know, how them interact. Now this year, you know, give thanks to Isla Benjamin because she's the backbone of the formulation. You know, we can't stop large her up, you know, because she understand the importance of education, you know, and specifically for the youths then. Now this year, you know, I'm really excited by how it is, how the program is formulated. You know, the theme of it is designing the community for tomorrow. So it basically looking at the future, which the youths them is the future. Now, when I interact with the youths, them or interact with adults, because I man teach adults and I teach children, I always tell them that I emphasize the cultural aspect of agriculture.
Okay.
Now, it's agriculture is really an agrarian culture, but the two things about positive culture is that it must be protected and preserved, and it must be transmitted to the youths. And that is a part of the preservation strategy to, you know, to protect agriculture as a part of Rastafari liberty. Self-reliance, which agriculture is the foundation of that. That culture of self-reliance and self-determination is Rastafari foundation pillars. And as a result of that, we have to enforce that amongst the youth them. Reinforce that amongst youth them. My youth and all of the Rastafari youth, and not even only Rastafari youth, all youths. Because the culture of agriculture and agrarian culture is for the entire humanity, you know. We have a responsibility to be stewards of the earth, and agriculture is a part of that. Now, this 5 days of virtual summer camp that ARC is putting on, the 5 days, each day have a theme. The first day is foundation. Second day is stewardship. The third day is about identity and expression. The fourth day is about activation. And the fifth day is about transformation. Oh, we're looking at the future. What kind of future we want for our youths, right? Now, why this is important? This is extremely important because of the impact of colonialism, imperialism, and white supremacy on all people of the color, all people of color right around the world. So we, in terms of this, is part of our decolonization process. Not only for adults, but for youths as well, you know, part of the decolonization process. As it relates to I interaction with the youths them now, for example, for the first year, I interaction will be deal with foundation, food as foundation, right? Food and food system, food security as foundation, as really the foundation of Rastafari liberty, of Rastafari entrepreneurship, of Rastafari self-reliance, right? Now, food is foundation to with health and with liberty and with sustainability and with spirituality, right? And it is tied to land, right? So we see land as a basic human right. Access to land, especially like how indigenous people and people of African descent was dispossessed from land, right? So there is no agriculture without land. There's no agrarian culture without land. And as a result of that, you know, the foundation as it relates to food, connection to food, food production, food security, nutrition, and ultimately food sovereignty. Now, there is no sovereignty without land either. So you can't reach food sovereignty if you don't have any land. Sovereignty requires geographic location, right? So the second day, you know, it's about stewardship. That we as Rastafari have a responsibility, you know, have a responsibility to be stewards of the environment, because agriculture require preservation of the environment, both the water, both the soil, and the air, right? So, entire humanity is vanguards or stewards of the environment, because this is where we live, and this is part of our health as well. So we have a clean environment, so we can guarantee the health. As it relates to identity and expression now, we is Rastafari, and as a result of that, we have a particular identity, and that identity has to be preserved. That identity is challenged by Babylon system in every way. So therefore, we have to grow the youths them. Right now, if you show my daughter 2 years old, and if you show her a picture of His Imperial Majesty, she said, Rastafari. So that is our identity. Rastafari is our identity. Music, craft, and the arts is I and I expression. And it is a part of our livity, it's a part of our economic development, and it's a part of our and I preservation of our and I culture. Including not only just music, but including film. Just as the brethren, talk about the impact of media and the youths, them even know. My daughter spend a lot of time on the internet and the media. And we see we are a lot, as the brethren either say, Rastray, that a lot of these things are not uplifting. But for example, we see them show the youth them Halloween and Thanksgiving and, Christmas and Easter and these things, which we know are all pagan and not a part of our culture. So it is important that through this virtual summer camp, that we reinforce that identity, that we, find an outlet for the youth them of expression, to express themselves. And the fourth day, it's about activation. So activation is about bringing thoughts, teaching the youth them to bring in thoughts and ideas into reality. It can mean that anything, and farmers are creatives as well. Farmers are creatives in their own right. As a matter of fact, when I farm and I interact with earth, I make more music. I make more lyrics. I say so. And even in planting, there's design and artistry in farming and laying out of plots, and there's a beauty in harvesting, So all of that is creativity as well. But entrepreneurship, we have a system that really teaches us to be employed more than being self-employed. We have a system that teaches you to be more dependent than independent. We have a system that teaches us to be more reliant on Babylon more than being self-reliant, right? So the next thing is that the 2,000 youths them now have a bigger challenge than what we did have, because the community in our time before the internet, our community was limited to a small geographic space.
Yes.
Right. But now through the internet and the means of mass communication now, I community is the entire global space. So that is important for the youth them navigate as Rastafari, know each other and cooperate. You know what I say? And the fifth day, it's about transformation. It's about how all of this can help us to transform the future that we look forward to. You know what I say? So it is a very and it's a very, and as the theme of this reasoning is about empowering the youths. Empowering the youths, for a bold Rastafari future. You know what I say? So I really, really give thanks to be a part of it. You know what I say? And we always will strengthen education, both for the youths and for adults, because education, not Babylon education, but an education that is holistic and have spiritual components, and that is really transformational in terms of to change our circumstances from being colonial subjects to being free people, not subjugated by Babylon system, by white supremacy, and the remnants of colonialism and neo-colonialism. So we give thanks. We will continue to support ARC, because ARC is a creative group that is mindful of the youths and the needs of the youths, them, as the either say. So we'll always contribute to this great endeavor. Rastafari.
Give thanks, and it's a great honor to have the eye as one of the instructors, because as the eye them see the brethren is brilliant, and we're very blessed that the youths them. And I think one of the biggest gaps that we have as Rastafari family, and one of the biggest, I won't call it a failure because I don't want people to feel away, but we could have called it a failure still, that we don't have any Rastafari schools operating on a Rastafari curriculum with the level of skills and abilities and educators. We have top tier Rastafari educators around the world. I'm not talking about shabby this or shabby
Yes, sir.
that. I'm not talking about top tier.
Yes,
And
sir.
yet,
Yes, sir.
other than Antigua, which had a Rastafari school operating, and I'm trying to get the sister who was running that school for an interview reasoning. But aside from that, and Rastafari Basic Academy, which Sister Isla ran in Washington, D.C., and there was a school in Jamaica for a time, these sporadic efforts, you know what I mean? Aside from these sporadic, where is our sustainability? Where is our world-class institution and our Rastafari curriculum? So I
Yes, sir.
as I'm listening to the eye, I'm saying, wow, the camp is Isla, but I'm hoping that people watching this will spark something to know that our youths deserve more than just 5 days of this greatness. I could imagine
Yes,
even
sir.
a boarding school or something, you know what I mean, where Rastas could come from all over the world and study together, and the youth them. But another thing
Yes,
that I
sir.
want to emphasize is that we don't have any programs other than this that I know of that strictly are focusing on young people internationally and bringing together our young people internationally. This is the only program I know of. So if you're watching this, I hope that you're inspired. I'm going to share the screen one more time. Our goal tonight is $300. We want to raise some funds. There are expenses with the camp, and all of our instructors volunteer their time, but I to really ensure that our instructors get stipend, and also that we can have a budget that we can build up and provide more resources for the youths them in the future, you know what I mean? So go to rastafaricreatives.com, click on the events tab. When you click on events, you'll see workshops and events come up, upcoming workshops. The S.T.E.A.M Summer Camp is the only event that we have right now. RSVP, and go down, scroll down, and you can sign up as a camp supporter. Whatever your contribution is, put it in the box, and then you can sign out. You can also sign up your youths here as well. So if you want to sign up your youths, that is also possible here if you have a Rastafari youth, and it's pay what you can afford. You know what I mean? Pay what you can afford. If they're under 6, parents have to be with them throughout the Iowa. You know what I mean? So again, this is one of the most powerful work that I know of right now, because our youths them are able now to build an international network of other Rastafari youths
Yes,
that
sir.
they can build relation with, and them thing there. So it's a
Yes,
great
sir.
effort, and I really big up Mama Isla for the tireless work. Big up John Nine as well. The brethren, big her up. She was our camp coordinator first year. And this year we have 5 artists. I don't even know if the instructors know this, but we have 5 artists that are gonna come in and just reason with the youth them 5-10 minutes at the end of the day. These are some of your favorite Rastafari artists.
Give thanks, man.
So we're lining up so that the youths them can get to see, interact with some of the creatives, and then also some of the creatives can give forward to the youth, and then also we're utilizing these creatives to help promote the camp because we want Rastafari youth from all over the earth to be able to come together through this camp. We want to be able to say, boy, we have limited spaces. We want to reach that stage there where we have all the two camp, because we have too much people. So we're building slowly but surely. So give thanks. Ras Tray, are you there? I
Yes,
want to ask the same question. If you can turn on your camera.
Yeah, is the camera not on?
No, it's dark. And also we have Asafo Weedamiah is gonna join us. He had another thing that came up. He was one of our guests for the evening, also one of the founding members of the camp and a founding member of ARC as well. Iyah Gift is a founding member of ARC as well. So, you know what I mean? This is mightyful work. Here we go. All right, so Ras Tray, you were a Jegna first year. Just talk about what the camp is to the eye and why is this type of camp important in this time.
Yes, I give thanks. Yeah, just as I was even alluding to earlier, if we look at just the way that the world is going right now, it's almost as if things don't exist in media, that they don't exist at all. Not saying that is what I propose, but the importance and how widespread media has become. It's really the main marketplace of ideas. And unless someone has a media presence, in this time, it really is almost as if it's unsustainable to reach the level of connection that are needed to establish education and business as well. And so with that in mind, is really just our goal is to help the youth see media more than just a extension of using their camera phones and being on social media, but really see it as a powerful tool of education and socialization as well, and connection, because we have to be with connect and see eye to eye want youth all over the African diaspora. And many times we're not utilizing the power of media in that way, just through the entertainment value of social media. And so that is firstly what I want to bring to the youth, is just an awareness of how powerful this tool is, because as instructors, we come from a generation where the most popular form of entertainment in those times was music, and television. Well, now through, again, just a phone in everyone's back pocket, we are being bombarded with ideologies from social media that are not necessarily concurrent with Rastafari. And at the same time, we see the popularization of locks, of ganja, of even African-centered, thoughts. Is becoming more of a connected diaspora, which is great and wonderful in some ways. But the relevance of Rastafari youth, and what does it mean to be a Rastafari youth? Because there are many ones who are, again, carrying locks and maybe even, eating more ital. Ital is, we know specific to I, but what they're calling vegan and vegetarianism is becoming very widespread. And so we are at a crossroads of I in some ways losing the identity is the critical direction that his and her Imperial Majesty has brought forward. And the corresponding ideology is between Africa and the diaspora. And I'm looking forward to using this as a vehicle of repatriation, physically, but also educationally, because youth and one who is have my youth back and forth. It is a process for them to learn how to socialize, with African diaspora. And So all of these things are just point to the power of media and being it used as a tool of connection and education, again, as a just entertainment. And through that, my focus will be helping the youth to explore identity. What does it mean to be a Rastafari youth in this time? When, again, wearing the red, gold, and green is not just enough. When carrying the locks is not just enough. Or eating ital and certain things is not just enough. Because there are so many ones that are on the outward carrying this, outwardly manifestation, but really still promoting ideology and behavior that is not at all concurrent with Rastafari. And so I'm looking forward to the youth. I'm looking forward to firstly just meeting the youth. One of the highlights from the first year was just the diversity of where ones were coming from. And I'm looking forward to meeting the youth and prayerfully seeing, again, that same representation from throughout the states, throughout, the continent, and, also in the Caribbean as well. And really being able to see this as, again, a tool of connecting the African diaspora for youth to be able to discuss and learn from each other in the various regions that they're coming from, and what does it mean to be a Rastafari youth? What does it mean for the future of the African diaspora, the future of Rastafari, to control I&I narrative? And so, yeah, I'm thankful. This is a passion of mine that I also came into as a youth. And so now being able to work with youth who are next coming generation, exploring
I'm getting a little bit of distortion.
their heavens, their okay. Can you
Say
hear?
it again. Say it again. Say it again, because you cut out there briefly.
Okay. I just was saying, I'm looking forward to being able to teach this use of media as an intentional tool of communication that is a powerful and captivating tool, but also to be able to explore where the youth are coming from, their own individual perspectives of what it means to be a Rastafari youth, where their particular environment, what is the challenges, what are the things that are captivating their minds, and as a way to just kind of allow them to explore each other's realities. I'm looking forward to doing what I did last year, which is something I call Where I'm From, a video poem, if you will, where they'll combine creative writing with photography and film to explore identity, but also just where even physically they are from, and what is the story of their own family history, their community history, as it relates to connecting with other youth in the diaspora. I'm looking forward to meeting the youth. For I do teach in the schools and in the community, and really I come forward, of course, always prepared, but really it's the youth who take the reasoning and take the project in the direction that is most, what I want to say, engaging for them. And so that is kind of our approach with youth education, is to kind of explore our cultural identity from what is most captivating to the youth, So with these few words, I'm looking forward to meeting the youth, looking forward to continue to collaborate with the other Jegnas. And it's a wonderful, initiative that ARC has come forward with this summer camp. I'm blessed and thankful to be a part of it, and just looking forward to growing internationally throughout the diaspora and connecting our youth, Rastafari.
Haile Selassie the first. So family, again, this summer camp is just the beginning. This is the third year, but we want to evolve it into regional summer camps and then maybe having some, international times when the youth them connect online, but having a in-person component, and this is what is going to take the budget, the staff to be able to properly deal with it. Also, if you are a Rastafari creative, and almost every Ras is a creative, I would say every Rastafari is a creative, you need to join the Association of Rastafari Creatives. It's really a trade association in the sense of I coming together to help to elevate, our creative businesses. We haven't been as active, but we have done a myriad of workshops, of activations, events over the years. We've had some S.T.E.A.M founders and ones who have trod through and done works. So we definitely are looking to invigorate, but this summer camp is one of our flagship programs, and so we want it to be well funded, and we don't charge the parents a flat rate. The parents pay what they can afford, and we wanted to do that because we know we have some Rastafari families coming from modest circumstance, and we don't want to turn away anyone, any youth, especially when we're just starting out. In the future, we may have different programs that have different costs, but, starting out, we wanted to have a free up vibration in terms of the cost. We don't want that to be a barrier. And so we are also looking community support as this platform grows. Also, too, will our sponsorship. We are one of the sponsors of the summer camp as well. So we give our contribution financial every year to the camp. And again, as we build what we're building here as a community on the Lion Voice Network with the Lion Pride, we want to be the title sponsor. We're supposed to can just write a big check and that done. So that's the vision that we're heighting with what the community we're building, because these works are key. The thing I also want to say is that the vision for the camp came about. Every year we have a different camp coordinator, as I said. The first year was Ras Weedamiah, who will join us prayerfully in a few little Iowa. He curated the first camp in terms of the composition, and it was heavily centered around the Honorable Prophet Marcus Garvey and the roots and thing. Second year, we had Janine, who did a wonderful job. We have to big her up in terms of the coordination teams from last year. This year, they asked I to put forward some sound, and I'm one track right now, which is the building of heaven and earth, the building of Zion, the fulfillment of His Majesty mission. Because I think we've gotten off track, and if we're not building an alternative to Babylon, then what are we doing? It can't just be we talk and we go stage show and we chant and then we go back to Babylon. That can't be it. We have to be actively building, and I've built things in real life, as all of these brethren on this panel have built things in real life, and we know it take work, it take funding. There are certain principles that doesn't matter what you're building, you got to do it. And one of the things that it takes is intention. You have to even think about what you're doing. And if I'm going around the world and I'm in Rastafari reasoning, I'm not hearing no reasoning about what we have built, just about what's happening and the history, and then we get into conflict. To I, that is not a good sign. So this camp, the vision is, what are the youths them? What would they like to see if we give them the concept that, you can have heaven on earth. It's not a place in the sky. It's an ever-evolving paradise, Edenic, reality. And you explain the whole vision to them, and allow them to say how this is going to look. Allow them, and this gives them something to live for. something to look forward for, something that when they grow in the movement, they think that they can add, you know what I mean? But if we don't give them that vision, and I can say this, we are losing them, you know, we are losing them both in terms of they're not chatting Rastafari, and we're losing them in the sense that we even have Rastafari youths taking their own lives. I've been hearing those stories as well. So that means that they, you know, depression, not seeing that hope. So this is more than just I and I. You know, the I was dread, you know what I mean, and it's terrible. So I and I have to come together right now to make sure that the youth them see a future and that we are listening. A child shall lead the way. You know what I mean? When we talk about Lich Tafari, he led the way as a teenager, made Harar run like it has never run in its history. You know what I mean? Legend from a teenager. You know what I mean? How are we developing these type of youths? You know, we should be our all Rastafari youth should be that same template. You know what I mean? Legendary. So that is what we are about here, in terms of the camp. I want to talk to Ras Kwesi about this agriculture piece, and this camp is by Zoom. You know, how do you navigate on the virtual space with something like agriculture? You know, what just for those who are watching and they're thinking about whether they need, you know, how their youths are going to act, you know, in the virtual space. How does the eye navigate the topic of agriculture with the virtual medium?
Right. Is a great challenge, you know. That is very challenging, you know. You know, the whole virtual space, both teaching and learning, you know, overall is a challenge, you know. First of all, in utilizing the technology, you know, you have challenges there, you know, internet connectivity, you know, internet access. These things are challenging, and you know that agriculture is not just theoretically based, it's also
Yeah.
practically based, you know, require
Yes.
a result. So it require creativity, right? It require creativity, and you know we used to the virtual space in terms of both teaching and learning, right? And as a result of that, it is not as difficult for me, right, to impart the knowledge and the experience I have virtually, you know, I have that experience. But first year it was also challenging with the different ages
Ages, yes.
right, the ages, because the offering is from like 6 to teenage.
Yes,
So that's an
yes.
next challenge to, you know, to keep it balanced, that everyone learning at the same pace, and that no one's feel bored, or you know, because of the
Yes,
different
yes, yes.
levels. So that require creativity too.
Wow.
But we focus on seeds last year, and
Nice.
that was important, you know, in terms of our actually carry them visually to our own vineyard, to let us see
Okay.
what we were practically doing, you know. And we
Okay.
also give them an opportunity, you know, through them homework and thing to practically do stuff in their own spaces, regardless of
Yes.
the limited resources and the diverse spaces that they are, you know. Because you know last year we had participants from the US, from the Caribbean, and as far as Africa, you know. And you know,
Yes.
in various circumstances, you know, some could even find even soil to plant a seed,
Yes, yes.
or you know, they could even find plant. But we still try to you know, draw that creativity out of them to get something done, you know. Because the interaction, you know, in terms of that interaction, because agriculture require interaction with soil, interaction with
Yes.
plant, and practical experience, you know. So that's a challenge, you know. We hope that in the future, you know, we can have, you know, summer camps where youths actually get physical
Yes,
and
that's what I'm
practical
seeing.
experience with agriculture, you know what I say? You know,
Yes.
and that, but we're still using the creativity, and we're still seeing where the youth them excited and participated and did well, you know,
Give
in
thanks,
terms of
give thanks.
planting them seeds, planting their
Yes,
seeds and, you know, overstanding germination, because even agriculture is a lesson in faith, you know, because when
uh,
you plant a seed, it all must grow, you know. So you have to have a faith that it will grow and
yes,
that it will come to the fullness. And I will know the parable of the sower of seeds, you know, when the
yes,
seeds fall on ground that are not fertile. You know, may I say,
yes,
so you plant a seed, so it must grow, but you know, it also give you resilience that if you plant a seed and it not grow, you must plant again. You know, so it give them energy, them resilience. You know, so boy, agriculture is a must. You know, you must plant something. You know, and even with small spaces or even container spaces, you can utilize containers as on very small spaces to produce anything. But what the important lesson also is a spiritual lesson and it's an economic lesson. Because remember, when you cook a pot, you know, or you cook a soup, you know, there's many things in the soup, you know.
yes,
Scallion, thyme, pepper, pumpkin, you know,
yes,
potato, dasheen, all that come from the earth. You know what I say? So if you can even grow even one thing for putting in that soup, that would be an economic benefit to the eye, you know, cause say you not have to buy pepper, say you not have to buy scallion, say you not have to buy thyme, you know. It can mean say everything what we need for eat, we have to buy, right? So we have to teach you them thing there, you know, so everything, you know, we have just go buy, we have to grow, but we understand the limitations because as we say, agriculture tied to land and practicality, you know. So it's
yes,
about
yes,
being creativity, it's about being creative and and inspire the youth them to be creativity to exercise the creativity. I know that agriculture is important to them health, well-being, and the nutrition, and them spirituality, and it's a foundation pillar for Rastafari and self-reliance. You know, so you know we'll
yes,
continue to work virtually and until we're able to do otherwise. You know, Rastafari.
yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna play a video. I see the message, Sister Isla. The family is here in the comments. Let me just say this before we go to the ARC website. We have the greatest online community on the planet. Me defend that anywhere I go because the item, you know, me read the comments them and, you know, very positive settings. So we give thanks for the item. Um, we're going to share the screen here. So if you come to the ARC website here on the workshop and events, you click on more, you go to the summer enrichment tab, and we have a quote here by the emperor. Glory to word, sound, and power of the Most High, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. It says, education develops the intellect, and intellect distinguishes man from other creatures. It is education that enables man to harness nature and to utilize her resources for the well-being and improvement of his life. His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. We go down, we enter through the gates, and hopefully we'll be able to get some sound with this. Okay, we accept. We're gonna enter the exhibition. It's loading. All of this, Sister Isla, big up yourself, Sister Isla. A whole heap of work behind the scenes. I know there's a whole team behind the scenes as well with the eye. But big up yourself for these things. We're watching here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, open a different page. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. There we go. In the meantime, while we wait on the gallery, Iyah Gift, can the eye just block on what the eye will be teaching and how the eye plan to orchestrate that part?
Yes, I give thanks for everyone. And just as he was speaking His Majesty's speech about education, one of His Majesty's speeches that inspires me that I always read before I do this summer camp is his speech on fine arts. And just a while ago, in speaking on education, he mentions how the intellect enables man to harness nature. So nature provides everything for I and I. And that is really the foundation that I'm basing this educational camp on, that we're going to look to the trees, look to the earth, look to the rivers, look to the sun, the moon, the stars for our inspiration musically. And also focusing on the theme, we always have heroes in our summer camp. And as we were celebrating the 60th anniversary of His Majesty visit, I was thinking about the brethren Richard Madison Manor, who helped His Majesty to form the Ethiopian airline. And before that, he volunteered and went to Ethiopia to fight in the war, to defend Africa from colonialism. And I want to highlight a life like that, a person from such an ancient time. He was born in the 1890s like His Majesty. And as a young man, left America because they wouldn't allow him to join the army. Black people weren't allowed in the army at that time. He said he's going to fight for Africa's redemption. Flew over there, nearly got shot down, nearly lost his life. His education, he was not allowed to go to school. They wouldn't allow him to go to the Chicago Aviation School. He had to become a janitor and volunteer. And eventually they said, oh, this man really wants to learn the thing. Let's teach him. And so, when I was celebrating the 60th anniversary of His Majesty's visit, to think that plane that His Majesty flew on, that airline was founded by this brethren. And he's also known as the founding father of the Tuskegee Airmen. So these heroes have to be highlighted because history will try to pass them on.
John C. Robinson,
so,
yes.
Yes, sir. So we want to make music about these great ones and highlight them in our class. So I'm really excited, to link with the youth because they're very talented. We have skilled guitarists, skilled keyboardists, making music, recording music, amazing singers, vocalists, great voices. So really excited to see how we can also learn from them, because they often have new abilities, new ideas, new skills that they can impact us with and share with them. And looking forward to, like I said earlier, the connectivity of it all. Working, using the musical aspect with the film aspect, and also inspiring the musical aspect, the mindfulness, the meditation aspect, the being calm and positive in a mindset at all times. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. Mightyful sounds. And I'm gonna go to the IRAS tray. Just explain to the people what the I will be teaching and how the I navigate the virtual setup.
Yes, I give thanks still. So yeah, I will be again exploring film and photography, but really as a means of storytelling and as a way of exploring identity and culture, Rastafari liberty culture. I'm really looking forward to meeting the youth and seeing where the youth are coming from, from here camp. We as the brethren alluded, we had youth from the Caribbean, we had youth from Babylon states, and then we also had a youth from Africa, Ghana. And so I'll really start there with the youth in terms of just allowing them to explore and share with us what particular region they're coming from, and all the unique intricacies of what it means to be a Rastafari youth within those locales. But then looking at the larger identity of exploring identity of what does it mean, particularly even in this time when again where social media is an addiction of youth, and there's so much of social thought that's being shared through social media that even now education and the ability to even just, well, what would I say, shape our youth's minds is in competition with how much of the consumption of media they have, because most of all these youth are now carrying phones, and through that, everything that comes along with it, with just, again, the access to social media and all of these things. And what does that mean for Rastafari youth? You know, again, we're not isolated from these things, and although we have a peculiar tribe, as one would say, and a unique tribe, we're still being impacted by the forces of modernization, by media overconsumption, and how that impacts our own ability to see our own identity for how unique it is, and for us to chart our own destiny as Rastafari. And then one thing I also, you know, depending again on the youth, I always approach working with youth and teaching with youth to firstly just get to learn a little bit about them and what and where they're coming from or what interests them. But I really want to explore also repatriation and the global connection of African youth throughout the diaspora, because you know this is we know as even though we are the ones who have championed the cause of repatriation, the reality is if we look at it right now, it's not necessarily I and I that are at the forefront of that. The exodus of I and I people returning home is
That's a fact.
it's upon us right now, and it's not I and I that are necessarily in the lead. Whereas one time it was only really I and I who were really even bringing this word sound forward. And so I want to explore the youth's thoughts in a way that is challenging them to forward with reasoning, with combined with creative writing, with photography and video to explore these things, as opposed to in a heavy-handed way teaching them what it is that they should be thinking, you know, really allowing them to explore from their perspective. Because I think it's important for I and I, particularly as parents and in this generation that all of the Jegnas are, that yes, we still have to guide and lead the youth, but we also, you know, must use our two ears, right, and our two eyes and all of these things. There's one thing that we have one of, which is our mouth. And so we have to use that strategically. And so I'm also looking forward to just listening and allowing you to explore how relevant Rastafari liberty is in their lives, how relevant this mission of repatriation is in their lives, you know, and ask questions of each other, explore identity, explore, you know, cultural connectivity with each other through these things. And so it will. I have a project, as I mentioned, where I'm from, that I look forward to using as a vehicle to navigate these reasonings with the youth, but really looking forward to allowing them to kind of chart what does that mean and where do we go with it in terms of because there's a lot of diversity even within media, although ones think of it as just necessarily film or photography, you know, to I really, at the heart of it all is storytelling. And so I and I will be exploring what does it mean, what are the basics, what is the foundation of storytelling? And then helping to guide them to tell a unique story from a Rastafari youth perspective as to where they are personally, but where are we as a collective, you know? So, yeah, with those few words, I do give thanks. I'm looking forward to the experience, and, you know, it's a joy to do this work within the banner of Rastafari, you know, with the youth. So give thanks.
Mighty thanks, mighty thanks. So family, the item can see that this is a serious work, a serious work. We have a goal tonight though. The goal is $300. I'm gonna share the screen again. If you're just joining us, we have the facilitators of the Association of Rastafari Creatives summer camp here. Let me take off this here. Hold on 1 second. And you know that my regular lion pride, now anytime them see me a struggle, they know my queen is not under control. You know what I mean? Let them know it's a one-man show tonight, but we're making do. Hold on there. I'm bringing up the, all right. There we go. So this is the Association of Rastafari Creatives website. You click on the events in the top here, workshop and events. You scroll down, upcoming workshops and events, S.T.E.A.M, Summer Camp 2026, and then you click RSVP. RSVP will take you into this screen, scroll all the way down, and then you have camp supporter, camp attendees. So this is where you can sign up your youths, or you can give us strength to the camp. Also, please share this with your network. So to my Rastafari family, you know, parents and they have children, please share the website so that they can have something for their youths. And again, at a minimum, it's a powerful vibration for Rastafari youths to know that there are other Rastafari youths across the world that look like them, that are treading the same trod as them, you know. I'm gonna have my son helping out with the camp this year, my 16-year-old son. So, and they're gonna be doing breakout rooms, Sister Isla informed me. They'll be doing some breakout rooms so the older youths them will get some time, the younger youth them will, you know what I mean? So every year the camp is evolving, or we administrate things that are evolving. It's getting better and better every year. But definitely, family, if you can give an attribution, and you know, $10, 30 people with $10, we hit our goal. But if you are one of the many millionaires that watch this platform, just go ahead and drop a $5,000 on it. You know what I mean? That's like you go up the road. You know what I mean? Just drop it. Cause we know say the item I watch too. So and the philosophy we have here is nickel make a muckle and one cocoa full basket, and also collective security. All of the same thing, you know. Ubuntu, same thing, you know. So we're just asking I and I to remember that it's I and I have to fund this liberation. No one is coming to free I and I. No one is coming to save I and I. You know what I mean? So this is I and I time. Now, I always have my time where I future cast. We ask the youth them to forecast the future. Now we have some of our brightest minds. I'm gonna ask them to say in detail what they would like to see this camp become if money is not an option, I mean, or a barrier, I want to know. I'm going to start with the Ras Kwesi. If money is not a barrier, what do you want to see this virtual summer camp become, and what does that look like at the highest heights of the thing in the Irates?
Yes, I give thanks, man. Yeah, you know, everything where as Bob Marley sing a song say everybody was a baby, like how you grow to be a big man, you really start as a baby, and even in agriculture, you have many trees we start from very small seeds, so everything small can grow for be very big, what I say. So we know that. So we are look forward to say this, just like our arc started and it's been growing. So we'd like to see the arc virtual summer school continue to grow, until it pass the virtual, you know, until it can be a full-fledged institution where, not only cater for children, but cater for I and I learning at all stages of our life. What I say, because it's possible. All right now, Rastafari in every area, what I say, and as a result, we can establish some faculties. Some faculties, just like how we have 5 days, and just like how all of the Jegnas are, come bring to the table different expertise, different skill, different experience, are willing to share. That is a faculty all in itself already. So, from one strength to the next strength, so we can build a proper institution of learning, that have a international reach. I think it is possible, with greater collaboration with all of the schools them where exist now as Rastafari schools, including, as you mentioned earlier, in Antigua and even Shashamane too. What I say, because it's one family, one community, one diaspora, so there's no limit to where this initiative can go, as it relates to education and learning and empowering the youths, so we just have to be consistent and focus, and have a collective vision, and I know we can achieve that, because education important, as His Majesty say, towards harnessing nature, and for man to really reach the noble place where the Almighty set for him, need knowledge and learning, training and development of skills. And even though we have to ensure, cause even this time, the technology that we utilizing overall is not really owned by we, is not developed by us. And we see where the new dispensation coming up now
Yes,
is very important to I and
good
I
point.
survival outside of Babylon, because I don't know if everyone really seeing what's happening, in terms of the domination of technology and art and AI, because no
Yeah,
people
man.
don't really understand the implications that I of AI,
No,
and and how it really come to engulf the entire inhabitants of the world. Me I say, and even though them say paperless, them must say paperless, them must say cashless, them must say technology, them must say AI, but we no control none of that.
none of that.
We don't control
No
none of that.
satellites, no
Yeah, we don't have no
data
satellite,
center.
we don't have
Yeah,
no
we.
data center. Me I say, so we have to prepare we youths them for that, and prepare ourselves for that, and have a strong
Yeah,
community too. Where is advocate for privacy, advocate for our liberation, what I say, digital ID, microchip, all of these things. Now there's a new type of microchip where them I believe the new generation of microchip, them are involved, them have to interweave DNA into microchips now, because them claim
yes,
DNA able to have more memory than a regular microchip, So microchip architecture development and all of these things. If what they have, now take a look, man, how them really make a microchip. It was amazing. All microchips is fully automatic, automated
man.
and robotic, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah, man.
and can make microchips. So that is the level of technology where them reach now. Understand what I say? So we have
And
to look more.
tell them about nanotechnology, you know, and the
Yes,
nano
because
microchips that them are built now.
right, nano microchips, which are really supercomputers, you know. So the data center them attaching 500,000 of those, 1 million microchips together to make one mega supercomputer we can hold tons of information, and the capabilities in terms of computing is almost almost mind-boggling. You know, so may I say it's not a joke time. You know, may I say we have a serious, and the next important thing we have to create a medium of exchange amongst each other too. You know, may I say medium of
Yes.
exchange, because when them lick money, which in terms of when the money disappear, it slowly disappear to digital
Yes. Yes.
currencies. You know, banks are offer, the central banks them are offer digital currencies. You know, we
Yes.
have to be able to have our own medium of exchange amongst one another.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have to be able to trade with each other. We have to be able to produce, you know, produce something, anything, you know, of value, any commodity. You know, and we have to cultivate the youth in that, because many of the youths, them, you know, even my youth, them, you know, them really, all of the youth, them are follow technology, you know, them, you know,
Yes.
they are
Yes.
influenced by the technology, you know, whether them go to school or whether them home school, that is what is buzzing now, media
Yeah.
and technology, you know what I say? So Rastafari have to able to fill that gap and hold it culturally, you know what I say? And hold it spiritually, because we know so we fight against what we're fighting against is principalities and powers. You know what I say? High and low places. So we never forget that. So we know says principalities and powers really in control of all of these technologies that are around. You know, we have limited control, but we can utilize them to our benefit. So we have to show the youth them now to utilize them. And even education, we have to show the youth them how to extract the substance and leave the garbage. You know what I say? Because even my youth, them that I try to show them, extract substance, leave the garbage. You know, so we is Rastafari. You know what I say?
Yes.
So, right. So we have to be mindful of these things. Be prepared, you
No.
know, and we see where the present economic environment, you know, may I say we have to create that economics amongst the self, amongst the community. We them have exchange outside of money, including ganja, because we have nothing for reason upon even the ganja, because we say the ganja is sacrament, but the utility of ganja, it can be utilized in many areas as medium of exchange for I and I same way. So all of these things, we have to just put everything into one and know says that liberty, Rastafari.
Haile Selassie the first. Yes. Fire. We give thanks for that. I'm trying to bring up the a video of some of the works of the youths them that Sister Isla is sharing with I in the forward here. So I'm working on that. In the meantime, Iyah Gift, same question to the eye. Future forecasts, you know, money is not a challenge. What does the eye, or what would the eye like to see this camp evolve into, and how the eye see it functioning?
Give thanks, fireman. Love the question. Lion voice. You know, say Iron was Kwesi the reason briefly earlier. And same thing he did mention earlier. We need land. We need space
Yes.
for these
Yes.
facilities. You know, we don't want to forever use them in a warehouse, but we educate them, you know. People suffering from lack of sunlight and depressed from all of that kind of thing. We want a nice open space where all the skills that we require will be practiced. You know, so there's no culture without agriculture. So we're gonna have a nice farming space with storehouses, and you have all our preparation centers, our proper kitchens. Because the youth them are gonna be learning how to prepare their own nutrition, uh, grow their own nutrition, build. We have a carpentry workshop with apprenticeships, mechanics. STEAM, like you say, and all the science and the robotic centers. They'll be learning it right there, hands-on, building it and selling it. We'll help them market it because it's going to be an education and a factory. It's going to be an education center. You see me? So that's the vision that I really see, my brother, where we're teaching, and then you have apprenticeship, that old school practice of doing it for some time till you're fully qualified when you reach that certain age, and actually getting paid while you're learning. So we want to create those centers that are going to employ our youth right away. So the businesses are the education centers. Yes, far right. And we cannot leave the spirituality out of it. Because all of what I'm speaking about comes from those Nyabingi principles. With the brethren quarters and the sistering quarters and the kitchens and the central meditation space. So those things are essential and cannot be left out. And overall, love my family that, Rastafari always based on, always exude and show I and I all throughout this experience. We cannot leave that out. That has how good and how pleasant it is for I and I brethren and sisters to dwell together in a love and unity. That will be the central aspect in I and I Rastafari educational spaces. Give thanks for that.
Mightyful, mightyful. I'm going to bring forward Ras Trey with the same question, but before I do that, the item can see the screen here. Let me play this. Is it playing? The item will see it. Okay. So this is the virtual gallery on the website. It looks like you're in a room, 3D vibration. All of the eye threats on the wall are different videos. This is at rastafaricreatives.com. Click on the More tab, Summer Enrichment. Okay, just a little sneak peek, so you can click on them and you can see some of the works that the youth them from previous years have done. You see? So big up Sister Isla for putting this together again. The proof is there, of the works. The question is, are we willing to work together? Are we willing to fund this uprising?
In the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor S.T.E.A.M and Empress Mene, in a speech from His Majesty. Leadership does not mean dominant. The world is always well supplied with people who wish to rule and dominate others. The true leader is a different side. He seeks effective activity which has a truly beneficent purpose. He inspires others to follow in his wake and holding along the path of wisdom. Leads the way for society to realize its genuinely great aspirations. The heart of leadership is the ability to make people want to work for you while they are really under no obligations to do so.
Mama Africa, Mama Africa.
Well, I hope Garnet don't give me a copyright strike for that one day. But we can cut it out still. Yes. So the item, see, this is all on the ARC website. So when you have time, the item can go through and look as parents and see some of the other works. See it up with your youth them on a Friday night. And just hear what some other Rastafari youths had to say.
Is we have some eggplants, yeah, and more.
Okay, where did you get them from?
I get them from my farm.
Kofi.
All right, what else do you have growing on your farm over there?
Yes.
We have bananas. We have bananas.
Okay, you see any fruits on your banana tree?
Yes.
Where at? Point to the fruits.
Here.
Okay. All right, so you planted these?
So this is I recognizing, as Ras Kwesi said, we don't own any of the technology, but that doesn't prevent us from using it as a stepping stone. And this is the principle His Majesty used to build Ethiopia, bringing in Western advancement. And a brethren called me, because I recommended a brethren to read the autobiography, and he was perplexed. You know, how we talk about, you know, African redemption and things. He said His Majesty is talking about Western civilization and bringing Western civilization to Ethiopia, and you know what I mean? And I had to show the brethren that His Majesty deal with reality of where we are and where we were at that time, you know. And Europe had reached a stage of advancement because of the condition of Europe in terms of certain infrastructure, you know what I mean, and thing. They had reached an advanced level, a lot of it because of the transatlantic kidnapping and these things, but they had accumulated a lot of capital. They were able to put in a lot of infrastructure during the industrial age. And His Majesty realized we couldn't stay Asian and compete. You can't, you know, a spear and a tank, you know, are not the same. So he started to implement this modernization, knowing that to preserve the age-old independence, this would have to be done pragmatic, you know. And this is what we have to do now. Use the Zoom, use all of these platforms to bring our youths together, to bring our resources together so that we can create a platform for us to be competitive as Rastafari on the world stage. Rastray, I'm asking the I now, if money is not an option or not a impediment, what would you like to see this camp become, or what do you see this camp becoming if all of the resources were there? And what would I like to see?
Give thanks for the question. Yeah, if money and the resources were not an issue, I would love to see this camp becoming, let's say, the training ground for I youth, becoming as almost a model African, you know, organization of African unity, and using technology to begin to chart, you know, the next iteration of Rastafari liberty, and focused on a global African repatriation and heretical socialization type of identity. We'll begin to pass the baton and really them take the lead now in terms of bringing forth the critical, you know, discussions and reasonings that must come forward now to realize this mission of repatriation, of global African unity, and really being, you know, as we say, out of the mouth of babes and sucklings, you know, really being led by their vision, you know. If resources were not an issue, I believe that I guiding, you know, the youth, it really is for them to determine how we move this liberty forward to become more relevant in this time. And so, yeah, and then also I would love to see this camp become almost as a leading brain trust, if you will, of a youth-led African diasporan, you know, cultural vanguard.
Yes.
One one that is directing the entire diaspora in terms of the direction of the levity, not just in style, not just in the ITAL diet and levity, but more so the practical annotation, of this meeting ground between repatriation and the identification of all the various mansions and houses around. So yeah, for my humble word sound and our humble hopes and wishes for this camp, that's what I would love to see the youth become.
Give thanks. Give thanks. I'm going to allow the item to all say some final word sound. But before we do that, if you're watching live, this is the ending of our Ras Tafari month programming. We ended strong with a focus on the education of our own Rastafari youths. Ras Tafari is our template for our young people. He was homeschooled. He had a multiplicity of teachers. He was learning various subjects. But Ras McCunnin had a vision for his son to be well-rounded, well-prepared, and we can do no less. Example is dear for I and I, with Chad Rastafari, no separation from I and I, King of Kings. So we want our youths to be brilliant. We want people to remark in the same way that they remark when Ras Tafari was moving through. And the only way we do that is if we have our own system of education. We cannot rely on Babylon's system and then we complain about what they're not doing. And we have not risen to the occasion to put our pennies together to provide for the education of our youth. So, we're reaching out a sound, blocking a sound, and our commitment as Lion Voice Network is that every year we're going to make this episode a tradition with the educators at the camp. Prior to the camp, we're going to seal off our Ras Tafari month every year with a panel like this. And we're asking the ISM commitment is that the I put away your pennies, and between now and the 10th, whatever the item can afford, go to the ARC website and, contribute, spread it to your brethren and your sister. We're at a stage now as Rastafari where we're in the tens of thousands, we have numbers. So economics can't be excused because mathematics work regardless. Even if we're going dollar, we have enough numbers that we can make impact. So it's just about changing our mindset and putting our intention and our resources into things that are positive and that are going to move this powerful movement forward. We learned about the Rastafarites in Chicago, in Harlem, in 1919. The movement has evolved from there to where we are today. Global, every continent, that has heard the knowledge of His Majesty, has embraced His divinity, and it's serving Him in their different aspects. So we can do no less than to carry on this great mission of Rastafari in these Armageddon time while Babylon fall, I and I rise, and I and I build. That is how we learn it as young Ras. So that being said, we're going to give everyone a chance to just give their final sound. We give thanks, Sister Isla, the Association of Rastafari Creatives, rastafaricreatives.com. Make sure you sign up. And as soon as we confirm, lock in all of the artists, we'll have some announcements in the next few days. As I said, we have 5 artists who are going to be participating, and every year we're going to get different artists to participate. And this idea came about because last year we had John Nine, who took 10 minutes from one of the classes to, I think we showed a music video and she spoke to the youth them, and the youth them got so much joy, in that interaction. So we want to just expand on those type of moments and to bring that community, bring our community together by involving some of our singers and players of instruments. You notice they shall be there, you know, no matter how you feel about it, in all things, the singers and the players of instruments shall be there. Because as Africans, we move through vibration, you know what I mean? So anything we do, you're gonna have that aspect to it. So yeah, we have some, and we have brethren and sistren as well. It's not just brethren artists. So we make sure balance and have some sistren as well. So we'll announce those shortly. And again, we do give thanks to all of the instructors. Mighty thanks. We look forward to the day when we can have them block out their schedule fully and they have a full day and they get salary and they're doing in person as well as the online. You know what I mean? That is Iman vision, is that we have regional camps, you know what I mean? And we can even get scholarships and fly in youths to camps who don't have the resources. You can fly in a youth to a camp in his region, you know what I mean? And we have a whole experience where they do cultural tours of Rastafari and Pan-African history. You know, they get a whole camp experience, and then at some point during the day, they would go online to the virtual aspect and they would connect with all of the other camps that are happening at the same time, and we have a whole global kind of energy, you know. That's my vision that I would love to see this camp evolve into. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Trust me. So Ras Kwesi, please just give us your final words. Anything you want to say, and then also let the people know how they can contact the Eye. The Eye is one of our brilliant minds, also offering services. So on this platform, we are big about ones promoting their business as well as the community work. We want a thriving economic ecosystem. So whatever other works that the item are doing, please, in addition to giving your final words, so let ones know how they can, you know, book the eye services or get the eye consultation or whatever the eye do in terms of professional work as well. So Ras Kwesi, blessing.
Yes, sir. We give thanks, man. You know, the final song, we just want youth them to come out, you know. We're looking forward, really excited. Looking forward to sharing with the youths them. Looking forward to, you know, sharing our experience and our knowledge. And we're looking forward to learning from the youths them, because contemporary education is not just teaching, it's also teaching and learning right now. So it's a exchange, you know. So we're looking forward to that, you know. We're looking forward, you know, we just want big up all of the ones them that has been supporting our virtual summer school, our summer program, you know. Big up Isla Benjamin, you know, Sister Isla Benjamin for her work, and you know, the eye, that's great quasi Bonsu, you know, and all of the Jegnas them, you know, you know, their contribution, and you know, we just have to stay focused and know say basically we are build right now, we're building the future, we're building our future, and strengthening the youths, empowering the youths, you know. So we just want to continue doing that, you know what I say? Rastafari. And as it relates to I and I, APIC, which is APIC, you know, we offer technical services, you know, technical knowledge in agriculture, general agriculture, food system management, project development, you know, writing proposals for funding, and also training in the areas of agriculture and apiculture. So that is basically what we do. And you know, our contact is 565 3839. That is when we're in Jamaica. Also, we also operate from Guyana, between Jamaica and Guyana, right? So you know, you can contact us, you know, at that number, and WhatsApp us. We'll answer anywhere we are. We are presently in Jamaica now. We'll be in Jamaica for the until September. Then we'll be in Guyana. But the objective of EPIC is to operate regionally, right? Regionally in terms of offering consultancy service in agriculture and apiculture. And since we've been in Guyana, you know, it's a great strength, you know. We link with the Nabing house there, and you know, them really organizing a conference for next year, a gathering where Eastern Association of Rastafari will be having their summit or conference, you know, in want of a better word, gathering in Guyana for next year. You know, so we're looking forward to that as well. So the whole heap of Rastafari in Guyana, you know, and you know, they need that strength, you know, to organize themselves. Them still under some oppression as it relates to access to herb and you know the illegality of having herbs in them possession and all of these challenges them still having. You know what I say? So, you know, we need to come together both in the region and the entire diaspora right to Africa to see how we can, you know, collectively challenge Babylon system overall. You know what I say? And get yourself fully organized and centralized. We don't necessarily have to have the same perspective, but all of us have the same challenges, we have the same vision of the future. You know, so as a result of that, we just have to just collaborate on those things that we have vision, collective vision. You know, so we give thanks and praise for the moment. Rastafari live and reign, and the blessed Empress and consort.
Give thanks.
Yes.
Mighty, mighty, mighty. So, brethren will be teaching our agricultural course this year. Train agriculturalist, agricultural degree. Also studying law right now. You know, these brethren could charge 6-figure easy for them kind of works there, and they're volunteering. So we want people to know the quality. All of these brethren could be charging massive amounts based on their skill, and they are contributing for our youths them. So mightyful. Iyah Gift, any final words, sound, and all ones can support the Iyah as well?
Yes, give thanks, family. I really want to say thanks to the organizers, them, you know, and Sister Ida Benjamin always putting in the great foundation for this summer camp. And I also want to say give thanks to all the parents, you know, who signing up their youth them for this program, who have done so in the past. You know, I've got to meet some wonderful bright angels, and looking forward to working with some again. And I also want to give thanks to the foundation. You know, no ones were inspired, and I have to give thanks. I heard my brother's voice a while ago, Bingy Sean, Habesha, helping Africa by establishing schools at home and abroad. You know, already doing it in Ghana. The foundation has been set, and we have to just keep building upon it and growing from that example. And yeah, give thanks to all the Jegnuts. You know, really, it's a great fellowship that's going amongst I and I. I'm looking forward to linking up with Ras Trey, you know, working on some documentary or some educational material, you know, because it is very critical right now, the media, how we put things across. I love the points he made. So it's a great network that we have forming here, my family, and I give thanks for the opportunity to be a part of it. As far as what's going on with Iyah Gift, yeah, definitely check out Iyah Gift Music. We're doing something for the youth them right now, futuristic, off of the Hip Hop One Drop events line coming up August the 9th, featuring a whole bunch of talented young youth, which is a show we're going to try to do every summer as a youth talent showcase. Bring new young talent like OJ the Great, um, Kingston City, Young Sitota, Ivy Lions daughter as a DJ. Bingistra movement coming in to support it. Raphael Rock Top, yeah, Bongo Joe son from Mobe. Chad, the head of the Nayabindi Youth Council. We have some powerful youths, some powerful youths coming in August 9th, Sunday at Dogwise Cafe, right on Lady Musgrave Road. So if you're in Jamaica, definitely forward to that event. You can check it out at Hip Hop One Drop on Instagram. Yeah, my family. And it's just love and life every time. Rastafari.
Rastafari. Yes, sir.
Give thanks, mightyful. Family, I don't have a Ferrari and I don't have a Bugatti, but the thing we give I joy is when I can get a comment from a brethren who said, Ja Rastafari, big up from Mar to wish us island and from the Indian Ocean. Thanks for all the sincere moves which the I been done, you know what I mean? So when we say this is a global platform and I have the numbers, it's not just a talk, you know what I mean? And what we're doing with this platform is just harnessing the energy that already exists and directing it, you know what I mean, locally. We're taking the international and we're directing it into local works, you know what I mean, so that we can rev the engine, you know what I mean, and fulfill the mission, the great mission of Rastafari. Our elders had a vision. His Majesty set a vision for I and I. Leonard Howell had a vision for I, and I must fulfill that vision, you know what I mean? So big up brethren from Martuisha. That might be the first one from Martuishas who comment. Also, I want to say that one of our biggest territories, according to the analytics for this channel, is Libya. And I've never seen anybody from Libya comment. If you're in Tripoli and you're watching this, I want them make a comment. First person from Libya, I want to see a comment from Libya because the analytics said that Libya is always in the top 3 territories for this channel from the start. I don't know what's happening in Libya, family. We don't say whole heap of subscribers in Arabic and them thing there. So I want to know if it's real. If it's real and it's not a Babylon thing, let someone from Tripoli comment on one of our videos. Make me see the love. All right, Ras Trey, give us your final word sound.
Yes, firstly, I give thanks for this initiative, for the inspiration of bringing forward the youth of Rastafari Liberty with the unique instructors that I and I are gathering, that are touching on all the various aspects that are relevant to self-sufficiency, but also that are popular amongst the youth and will keep their attention. This is what we need of the next generation, and I'm thankful, and just a gratitude to be a part of it. For we are building the pipeline, to realize and materialize repatriation. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be using these technologies to connect globally and educate our youth. So I'm thankful for that. That seed that's being planted. I look forward to being able to help the youth harness the overstanding of the power of media and the power of storytelling, to go beyond just, again, the uses of social media, but to really be able now to really impact the direction that Liberty is going in, because the youth are always the future. We are handing the baton to them. These are the youth that in due time will be taking the next step forward in terms of the liberty and the realization of this repatriation movement. So I'm looking forward to meeting the youth and reasoning with them and seeing their various perspectives on what it means to be Rastafari in this time, from the mouth of the babes and sucklings, and be able to challenge them to now put that in a form that can be shared. And I'm looking forward to this camp, becoming something that is already an international effort with instructors. I'm looking forward to the youth representing various places throughout the diaspora, and just looking forward to nothing but continued growth of this initiative. So yeah, with that being said, these humble words, I do give thanks to be a part of it. And yes,
Give thanks. And the brethren from Martuisa said he's the president of the Rastafari Socio-Cultural Association. So look there, Martuisas are organized and are centralized. Reach out, brethren. Send a message so we can get their contact. through the YouTube channel, or go to our Patreon at the bottom of the page and join as a free member. Or you can support. Come, I have my sister from Reunion Island who supports, so you can always become a paid member of Patreon, but you can join for free so that we have your information, for this great gathering. Again, we have the numbers. I just want to instill that confidence in our Rastafari family globally and say, weep not. You know what I mean? I know, say, look away sometime, but I and I have what it takes. And the importance of this camp in particular is that Rastafari is not a part of something else. Rastafari is the focus. This is where Rastafari youths can express what it is to be a Rastafari youth. You know what I mean? They don't have to shrink or fit into somebody else's paradigm or their thing. And this is so important for I and I to be able to have something that actually is focusing on Rastafari youth. You know what I mean? So I want the item who are watching live and those who watch the replay, share this with all of the parents them out there in your community. Maybe they didn't see this episode, maybe they don't know about Lion Voice Network, but share, your WhatsApp, send them the video, send them the link, RastafariCreatives.com, and let us full up the camp in terms of the numbers, and let us get some sponsors. So we want the item who are not able, or if you're too old, you youth them, get big already, out of the house, just become a sponsor of the vibes. You know what I mean? This is our website, RastafariCreatives.com. Big up to all of the ARC founding members, all of the ones who are still active, all of those who will become active. Big up for the works that the item are doing. Big up Sister Isla in the comments. Big up Queen Mother Moses. All who are making Rastafari a better chad, who are elevating the livity. Big up on yourself. And this is our final episode for Lich Tafari month. We're going to take 2 days off so you can catch up on all of the content that we've been putting out rapid speed. We have a special guest that we're working on that we'll be publishing. We have our Dr. Umar interview that we're going to be putting out for our Patreon family August 1st. It's going to drop on the channel the 17th. We have some Pan-African leadership that we are going to be interviewing. Coming up, we'll be announcing that shortly. But we start August 1st, Pan-African History Month. We celebrate the birthday of Emperor Benelek, Empress Title, and Marcus Garvey on August 17th. So leading up to that, we're going to have a whole lineup of people doing powerful work in the Pan-African space. We're going to kick it off with my good brethren, Bingi Sean, that the item heard this Saturday morning. We will have Bingi Sean on talking about what's happening in Ghana, what's the fullness. Also, he's coming to America. What's going on with the Black food sovereignty, the global Mbongi that's coming up again at Kazi. So join us for our Saturday sabbatical, early rise, Lion Voice Rise, episode 10 a.m. And you know what I mean, just continue to support the platform, continue to support the vibration. I was hoping my good brethren Weedamiah would have forward, but life happens and the brethren wasn't able to make it. So big up Weedamiah, one of the pillars of this camp, African Culture School. And just big up everyone, Ras Iyah, Selassie, who's also a sponsor, contributor. Everybody, you start calling him, you forget people. But big up on yourself, and we are looking forward to another monumental camp. You know what I mean? I think this year is going to be one for the ages. And again, we just look forward to everything that's happening. And we're going to seal it right there. Any final words from anyone before we seal up?
Just Rastafari, blessings, and greetings to the family, right across the world. Rastafari.
Haile Selassie the first. So there you have it, family. 3 fire angels, instructors, and as we say, black man them stand up for the youth them. What a joy. Usually in our education would be sistering, all sistering, and we love with sistering too. But it's a joy to see strong, masculine Rastafari brethren stepping up, you know what I mean, for the education of our youth. We love to see that, you know what I mean? And we're going to continue for work, to build our nation into something the whole earth will be whole, and know that Haile Selassie is him. There you have it. The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
We're endorsing the Lion's voice. Big up Ras Kwesi. See?
Big up Ras Kwesi.
It is time for the lion to tell our own story. Yes, sir. Like this.
There is a land far, far away. There's no night. There's only day. Look into the book of life. And you will see that there's a land far, far away. Ras Kwesi, that there's a land far, far away. Speak lion. Speak lion. Roar lion. Roar every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High. And I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. Them fully guard up and them quick fi execute, ya. Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. The one will laugh, I'm same one of the shooter. Watching them, this is Ras Iyah representing for the Lion Voice Network. This is the time when the lion gets to tell our own story. Haile Selassie.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
Yes, job people, this is Michael Shemaiah representing Ras Iyah Lion Voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again to the world. now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youth if he build up them countries.
Well, for unto us a son was born and a child was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Them call him Rastafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Them call him Rastafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Rastafari. Lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Rastafari. Read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England or Cote d'Ivoire, no matter if you're brown or black like Qatar. Haile Selassie say fi end all tribal war. Time fi gather Mount Zion, fi drive solar car from the car straight to Zanzibar. Who we are? The sons of Rastafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Rastafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. Rastafari. The lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Rastafari. We do everything.
iRoots Records, an online shop for reggae and dub vinyl, CDs and Rastafari books. Rastafari owned and operated for over 15 years. We ship worldwide. We have many titles from Frontline Publications in stock. We have 50 plus Akabeka Midnight titles, which we believe is the most of any shop in the world. Special invite for the Lion Pride. Use code Lion's Voice and save 10% store-wide. If you spend $125 or more, the discount goes up to 15%. Visit us online at www.irootsrecords.com. The time has come.
Orlando, Central Florida, are you ready? The African Culture School Incorporated and Heights of Life Music proudly presents the 4th annual Marcus Garvey Music Fest, Saturday, August 15th at Ras State in Claremont, Florida, featuring Lutan Fire, backed by Rhythm Rebel Band. Also performing live, Andy Heights, Ainike, Esau, One Journey, Javerse, Royal Chanter, Ras Weedamiah, and many more incredible artists. Vibes provided by Unity Sound, Rastec, Royal Ethiopian Sound, Jawise, and Blackfoot Movements. Hosted by Davini, but it's more than just music. Enjoy Community Entrepreneur Awards, Organic Seed Exchange, live art installation and auction, back to school giveaways, free health screenings. Celebrate the legacy and vision of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Saturday, August 15th, sponsored by Branding 101, One Trust Home Loans, and Cypress Cove Marina and Resort.
In the haunting echoes of violence against women in St. Anne, Jamaica, a mysterious vigilante emerges. For the woman painted purple unfurls a gripping narrative of empowerment, retribution, and the pursuit of justice. Brenda and her group sisters bond together in therapy over their common struggles, but soon their group becomes the subject of an investigation. As the vigilante's actions escalate, the relentless detective, Officer Woodley, races to unmask the mystifying figure. For the woman painted purple is a pulse-pounding tale that explores the boundaries of justice, revenge, and the fighting spirit. This thrilling saga delves into the complexities of dealing with mental health, domestic abuse, and finding love after. Own your copy today. Visit www.bhavanigreen.com.
This is The Black Heart Man, Rastafari children's picture book with hand-painted illustrations and rhythmic storytelling. This is a journey you do not want to miss. We offer worldwide shipping, so order your copy today at www.grierspaintbrush.com. Alternatively, you can order your copy from TikTok. If you are interested in stocking the book, please email us at thegrierspaintbrush@gmail.com. Give thanks.
Jamaica to Toronto. The Rastafest movement rises again. This August 15 and 16, Rastafest 2026 returns to Little Jamaica in Toronto with reggae music, Rastafari culture, Ital food, arts, reasoning, and unity. But this year, it's more than a festival. Rastafest is partnering with the Rastafari mansions and organizations to support the Relief, Rebuild, Rise initiative, helping Rastafari families and communities rebuild, resist the risk of disasters, and to rise to their true potential. This is culture with a cause. Full joy the music, support the mission. Donate to the Relief, Rebuild, Rise GoFundMe through the link in the RMO Jamaica Instagram profile. Rastafari.
Save the date. Join us on Sunday, August 9th, 2026 at 5 p.m. for the 25th annual fundraiser for the Shashamane Foundation at the Silver Spring Civic Center, Great Buffalo Hall in Silver Spring, Maryland. Come be a part of an evening that helps transform lives by supporting quality education and sustainable development at the JRDC School in Shashamane, Ethiopia. Your presence and generosity help empower children, strengthen communities, and build a brighter future. Can't attend? You can still make a difference by donating at shashamane.org or by scanning the event QR code. Mark your calendar, bring your family and friends, and let's build a lasting legacy together. We'll see you there. Rastafari TV and Sight Media are proud sponsors of the Shashamane Foundation.